What is up, guys? This is JR, or some of you guys might know by as LaDying917, and I'm bringing you an updated version of how to use Pokegen for random Wi-Fi battles on Pokemon Black and White. So you want to open up your Pokegen and load up your save file, of course. And for this, I'm going to be using a Sharpedo, and I'm going to give him a nickname real quick, and level 100. I'm gonna be using a Jolly Nature, and gonna be using Life Orb, Happiness 255, and now ability. Well, I'm gonna be going over to this website, and this is PokemonMaryland.com, and it shows you the abilities, the movesets, everything about a Pokemon. And this is a really cool site if you're trying to figure out what movesets to use and stuff like that. And as you can see here, his abilities are Rough Skin and Speed Boost. And now dreamworld abilities, well, if the dreamworld ability has been released, then it will work. And if we go over to this other website, which I will post a link in the description to this website as well, this website shows the list of all released dreamworld abilities. And if a Pokemon that you want is on this list, then the dreamworld ability will work. So I'm gonna be using Speed Boost since Sharpedo is on that list. So let's go over and use Speed Boost. And Origin, I'm gonna be using White. Now, if you're not using an Egg move and if you're not using a Dreamworld ability, then you probably want to use Heart Gold or Soul Silver. And let's go over to Met now. Now location, I'm gonna put them as Daycare Couple. And if you're using an Egg move, you always want to use Daycare Couple. And if you're not using an Egg move, then you don't want to use Daycare Couple. Or if you're not using a Dreamworld ability, then don't use Daycare Couple. Use poketransfer. So I'm gonna go over and use Pokeball. You always want to use Pokeball. I'm gonna use level 1, so it looks like I actually hatched this Pokemon in game. And encounter, always use Egg Pal Park event. Let's go over to event, or let's go over to as Egg, and I'm gonna use Route 3 for location. And now that that's filled out, let's go over to stats. Now you could use all 31 IVs if you want. Just don't go past 31 IVs, and don't go past 510 EVs. Now that's big. If you have 511 EVs, then it will not allow you in game. So it shows your EV total right here, so keep that in mind. Gonna be using 252 attack, 252 speed, and 6 HP. And as you can see, the EV total is 510, so it will work. So movesets. Let's go over to that website again, and let's go down to his moves. And as you can see here, it shows his moves that he learns by level up. It shows his moves by TM and HM and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be using Ice Fang, Crunch, Protect, and Waterfall. And down here, as you see, this shows the Egg moves. And if you look down further, it shows other moves from 4th Gen. Now, other moves from 4th Gen, from what I know, like most of the time it will not work, but you can get lucky and sometimes it will work for some pokes. Now, this is confirmed because I actually made a Skarmory, and I messed around with the PID a little bit, and I got a Skarmory with Roost to work. So it can work sometimes, but I'm not sure if it works on all the pokes. So yeah, keep that in mind, that sometimes other moves from 4th Gen will not work unless you actually like poketransfer in your game, like meaning that you use 2 Nintendo DS's and you actually like do it as it like you really poketransferred. So now that you know what movesets I'm gonna be using, which is Protect, Waterfall, Crunch, since you want to have the stabs for this poke, and Ice Fang to fend off those dragons. And PP ups, the more the better, so I'm just going to use 3 for all of them. and I recommend everyone to use 3. It really doesn't matter, but the more the better. So right here, this is your original trainer ID, and this is your secret ID, and this is your original trainer name. So I'm just gonna fill the original trainer name out now. And for this part, your original trainer ID can be found in game, so it's where you find your badges and stuff. So if you wanted to like actually say your name and stuff, then you probably want to fill that out correctly. And mine is 58829, and this one is your secret ID, and it cannot be found in game unless you have a flash cart, so like an R4 or something like that. And yeah, I think you need this correctly for it to work in random Wi-Fi battles, but I'm not sure. Like, if someone can confirm that you don't need it, then yeah, post that in the comments. But yeah, I know mine, so I'm gonna be putting that out right now, and I will actually post a link to a description. I have a link that an action replay code to find your secret ID, so I will post that in the description. And there's also another way to find it if you don't have action replay, and that is if you have a flash card like an R4 or a ace card or something like that. What you want to do is you want to catch a Pokemon in game, like or the starter Pokemon that you get or whatever. You just or catch a Pokemon in game and use him, or like catch him in game and then bring him into Pokegen, and you should actually see his ID if you go back here and check. Now if you have only like 4 letters, then that means that the very first letter, just put a 0 for it if you have 4 letters. The same goes with if you have only 3 numbers, just put 2 zeros in front. So now that everything is filled out, let's go over to PID now. I always like doing this last after I use my movesets and after I put in my IVs and stuff. But as you can see here, what I'm doing is I'm putting equal signs on all the IVs that I don't want lowered, and I'm putting a minus sign on the IVs that I don't really care. Now if it won't find 31 IVs, now sometimes it won't find all 31 IVs, so keep that in mind. So I don't really care about my special defense, and Sharpedo has some pretty bad defense as is. So I'm just gonna search for a PID for this nature and for male gender, and it came up with this, and I'm just gonna click OK, and there's my PID. And after you do that, just if you're using a R4 or ace card, just put them as set, and there's your new poke, and that should work. And now if you're using a action replay, just go over to tools, go over to code generator, and yeah, it's basically shows the stuff here, what activation button you want, etc, etc, party count, yeah, generate a code, yeah, that's pretty much what you do here. And if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave a comment, and yeah, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. So peace, guys.